All right, welcome to another fabulous episode of AmericaSmiles Tips and Tricks. Today, in this episode, we're going to teach you how to make sure you can get regular zirconia, monolithic zirconia, to look like layered feldspathic porcelain. How do you like all the fancy terms right away? I kind of halfway know what I'm doing. All right, how to get your zirconia to look like layered porcelain. Real simple. Here at AmericaSmiles, we mill everything in classic white. In a previous video, I made an argument on why I think classic white is better than pre-shaded, why I think pre-shaded is better than multi-layer, but that video's over. We shot that. You either agree or you don't agree. Today, I'm going to talk about how to make any zirconia look like layered porcelain. So, we always start off with classic white. We have this really super cool product, and again, we call this tips and tricks, trying to avoid it being a commercial, but the fact is I sell this stuff, manufacture it myself. What it is this particular product, it's got a little bit of a blue tint to it. I would take this blue and I would layer it wherever you would layer enamel porcelain. So remember the old days when we were stacking porcelain, we put down the opacious dentin, we put down the dentin, we put down the enamel, maybe a modifier here and there. Wherever you would layer enamel porcelain, you just take a brush, you take this blue liquid, and you just brush it just in that incisal third, okay? Nowhere else, just in that incisal third. Now here's what's beautiful about this product, is I've actually added a blocking agent to the blue tint. So once you put that blue down there, it's got a blocking agent. That allows me to dip it, and man, I'm out of props. I wish I had my little jeweler's jar. We have these little jeweler's jars. It's for cleaning jewelry. It's got a little basket in it. But when you dunk this into the A2 can penetrate everywhere into the zirconia except where you layered the blue. So if you imagine this, if you put this blocking agent down that has a blue tint to it, then dip it into the A2 that can't penetrate that region, once it comes out of the zirconia furnace, it gives you the illusion of layered porcelain. So it's actually literally darker at the gingival third. You go a little bit lighter in that middle third, and you go heavier with this product at the incisal third. We call this product the AMS Incisal Tones. So this will work on anyone's zirconia. I'd like to lie to you and tell you it only works on Genesis, so you buy more Genesis. But the fact is, this will work on anybody's classic white zirconia. So that's how you take classic white, get it to look like layered porcelain. Well, what if you start off with pre-shaded? So if you start off with a pre-shaded product, that pre-shaded, it's flat A2 everywhere, it's flat A3 everywhere, whatever your shade is, it's that throughout. And so you have that dilemma of it looking like an unnatural tooth. Now what you do gain with pre-shaded, I talked about in another video, is you get the consistency. If you're working with a good manufacturer, you get the consistency. But how do you go ahead and how do you turn a pre-shaded product into something that looks like layered feldspathic porcelain? Well, we happen to know exactly what is used to make zirconia shaded. And actually, it's just rust. What they do is they put certain metals in there that they know are going to oxidize. And when that metal oxidizes, it's going to give you the illusion of an A1 or a B1 or a C2 or a D3. Well, since we know what oxides are in there, we know how to get rid of them. So we have this other product. It's called AMS Incisal Reducer. Use that same brush, use the incisal reducer. You brush it in the enamel third. It's literally stripping the metal oxides out of there. So what happens is by the time you put that in the sintering oven, what was all A2 is now A2 with the oxide stripped out of the incisal third. Now you can come back and use another toner. I wouldn't recommend this with the blocking agent, but you can use any traditional gray or violet or blue and add a little bit more tone to it if you want. But the AMS Incisal Reducer will work on anybody's pre-shaded product. You just layer it on there, it strips the oxides out of there, it goes in to the sintering oven, comes out looking like layered porcelain. Now, the best way to get your zirconia to look like layered porcelain, layer some porcelain on it, okay? I'm seeing, in our milling center, we're seeing a growing trend towards people ordering zirconia crowns with cutbacks in them. Dentists are going back old school. They're like, I get it, I'm over the monolithic craze, I'm over the price race to the bottom craze. I got to make this look. I'm tired of ugly looking zirconia. Let's face it, everyone's zirconia is ugly. Genesis, our product, is just less ugly than everyone else's. That's what I like to say. But if you can design your crown with a little bit of a cutback, it takes you 5 minutes to layer a little feldspathic porcelain there, a little bit of body, a little bit of enamel, and it dramatically changes the look. Guys, on average, are charging an extra 80 bucks. So whatever you're charging for your regular full contour zirconia, build it with a little cutback, layer some zirconia. Doctors will go for it. It's up to you to sell it to the doctor. Tell the doc, say, look, doc, I can give you a great crown, a really good crown for 100 bucks. Let me layer some porcelain there. Yeah, it's 180, but your patients are gonna love it. And there's nothing better than a patient's gonna look and say, wow, that looks like a natural tooth. They're gonna refer their friends. You've got to be able to sell that idea to the doctor. Doctors are getting $1,200, $1,400 bucks a crown now. They're still paying us 100. No reason they can't pay you an extra 80 bucks. Layer a little porcelain there. So you've got the classic white. Use the blocking agent and dip it. You've got the incisal reducer. Start off with a Preshaded, or just go old-fashioned, get a cutback in your zirconia, layer a little porcelain. That's it for today's America Smiles tips and tricks.